Have you noticed it? The office? It just sounds different lately. It's a lot quieter. And that quiet, well, it might just mean we're losing something absolutely crucial and we don't even see it happening. So let's dive in and figure out what's really going on here.
Yeah, think about it for a second. That shared laugh over a TV show you both watch, the quick chat about weekend plans while your lunch is in the microwave, those little moments, they felt like nothing, but they were kind of the glue that held our entire workday together.
But now, in this new world of scheduled Zoom calls and Slack messages, that spontaneity is, well, it's just fading away. And this isn't some small change, you guys. It's a huge shift in how we actually connect with the people we spend most of our waking hours with. Okay, so first up, Section 1, the vanishing water cooler. We're going to dig into what exactly it is that we've lost.
So what are we even talking about? We're talking about those informal, totally unplanned chats. They're not about projects, they're not about deadlines, they're about hobbies, your family, life. They're the human moments that happen in the spaces between all the work.
And when you take those moments away, that work-from-home life can get incredibly lonely. I mean, when every single interaction you have is scheduled and has an agenda, it's so easy to feel like you're just, a name on a screen, totally cut off from your team. And listen, this isn't just a feeling. The numbers really back this up. Some recent research shows that nearly 2/3 of remote employees feel disconnected from their colleagues. 2/3? That's a massive number, and it tells us this is a really serious problem. For years, decades really, managers saw all this chit-chat as wasted time, right? A distraction from the real work. But that just begs the question, what if that entire idea was completely, totally wrong? What if those chats were actually one of the most productive things we did all day?
Turns out there's a really powerful business case for bringing back that casual chat. Let's get into Section 2, the surprising benefits.
Yeah, that old way of thinking, it's officially out the window. And we're not just going on a gut feeling here. We've got hard data, especially from a huge study at MIT, that completely changes the game on this. So, what was the biggest finding from that MIT research? Get this, a 10% jump in productivity. And it was directly tied to colleagues having a personal connection with each other. 10%. The takeaway is crystal clear. Connection doesn't distract from work, it actually fuels it. And the impact goes so much further than that. I mean, these conversations, they're the foundation of a strong company culture. Because culture isn't about posters on the wall, right? It's about all the little interactions. They make work feel more meaningful, they boost our well-being, and this is a big one, they're often where the sparks for real, game-changing collaboration come from. And the list just keeps on going. You get more face time with managers, which makes them feel more like real people. Engagement just skyrockets when people feel like they're seen as human beings, not just cogs in a machine. And all of this leads to the holy grail for any company. People actually stick around. Because let's be real, people don't just leave bad jobs, they leave teams they don't feel connected to. Okay, so we're all on board with why this matters. But what about the how? To make this really work, you gotta know the unspoken rules. So let's get practical here in Section 3, Rules of Engagement.
Think of this as your field guide, your cheat sheet. On the safe side, you've got hobbies, TV, music, travel. Easy, fun stuff anyone can jump in on. But you have to steer clear of the danger zones. Politics and religion, obviously, but also talking about salary and, maybe the most important one, office gossip. That stuff is just pure poison for building trust.
So the million-dollar question, how do we actually make this happen for remote and hybrid teams? Well, that brings us to our final section, building the virtual water cooler.
Okay, and this is probably the most important point of all. We can't just cross our fingers and hope connection happens anymore. It won't. In today's world, spontaneity actually has to be engineered. We have to be intentional about creating the space for these moments to happen. And here is your literal playbook. You can start a #random or #watercooler channel in your team chat. Make it a rule to bake in 10 minutes of just casual, non-work chat at the start of every single meeting. Host a casual coffee break on video on Friday afternoons. You can even use apps that set up random 15-minute chats between people who don't normally talk. The key is just building it into a habit.
This quote really brings it all home. Yes, it takes deliberate effort. It takes planning to encourage these conversations. But the rewards, for your culture, for your team's happiness, and for your bottom line are so worth it.
So, we're left with this powerful new reality. Connection in the workplace isn't an accident of being in the same building anymore. It's an act of leadership. It's a deliberate choice. So the only question left for you is, how are you going to choose to build it?